They had a little bit of growing pains, obviously. They're still trying to get that teamwork mastered, and they're going up against a squad that has so much potential. We've already seen them play at their height. They've won tournaments before. Can they put it together? Can they get the #1 seed from this Pro League? And can they take that into Denver and win Denver? That's the question. That's the goal for the 4 guys that you're looking at right now. And just taking down Luminosity in dominant fashion would be another stepping stone towards that ultimate goal.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a big mountain to climb if you're Luminosity, because these guys, this Team Envyus squad has yet to lose a single game in this Pro League. And not only that, the games have not even been remotely close, just completely manhandling to both Team Liquid and, was it Ronin last week, I believe? So either way, just being an absolute beast. We're seeing Pistola have phenomenal series. Hook is back in his initial form that we all know and love, and can't take anything away from Snipedown and Mikwin, because those guys have just been dominating for so long here now. And of course, you're taking some look at some of these clips here from Hook, and that perfect kill was almost a game-winning perfect kill. Just how fast he was able to do that here. And of course, you saw this in the recap video as well. Some crucial and clutch double kills. And keep in mind, this guy has not been around for very long. Started competing just last year. But take a look at that KAD 2.8, putting so much damage, so many kills, so many assists here for his team. Only 17 years old, Tom.
Yeah, and the guy looks like he's like 10 feet tall in this picture. I don't know if it's because his shirt's really long or if he's just growing boy, that's all. But Hook, everyone's talking about, is he gonna, transfer to a different game? I don't think so. I think this guy is way too skilled. He can pretty much do whatever he wants, but this guy's way too skilled. He's developed way too much with his team to go and do something like that. I would be shocked to see something like that happen. I think that people were also creating these rumors, and it could have been distracting Envy a little bit. That may be lighting a fire underneath them, saying, hey guys, we're going to try to prove ourselves as much as possible. We are one of the most dominant Halo teams out there. And again, we were talking about Optic Envy. That was always the premier matchup. I think we're very close to seeing that again, if not already there. Splice still in that conversation. Is Liquid going to be in that conversation? Is LG going to be in that conversation? Maybe we find out in this series. Something to keep in mind, Kyle, is even though LG isn't, at the spot that they want to be right now, they still have played fairly well under the circumstances of being a new team. Their series against Optic Gaming, keep in mind, they were winning up until the halfway point in those first 2 games, and I believe they had a lead at one point in all 3, even though that series was a 3-0 in the favor of Optic Gaming. One thing to take away from that series is that they really slowed the games down. I don't think we even hit 50 kills in that Eden Slayer game in game number 2 in that series, so look for them to potentially slow it down here again against a team like Team Envyus. But we talked about the communication, alumni talking about that as well. Every advantage, in my opinion, is going over to Envyus. When you look at the individuals on this team, the teamwork, the communication, everything that you need to win the series, you got to give it on over to Envy. I'm going to predict potentially a 3-0 here looking at these game types. Rig Strongholds to start. I want to see something closer. I know LG has it in them. I just don't know if it's going to be possible. Looking at these game types, Rig Strongholds playing from the blue side, it's going to come down to the little things again, things that we were seeing before, slowing it down. Altown talked about it as well in his interview, slowing it down, sometimes slowing down the comms, really focusing, determining what you want to do. Rig Strongholds can be one of those game types, but Truth Slayer, extremely hectic. Coliseum CTF, a little bit of breathing room as well. Eden Strongholds coming up, Plaza Slayer game number 5, but it comes down to it. Kyle, I want to know who your player is on the blue side, on Luminosity, to watch if they are going to win this series.
I got to go with Saiyan. He's been performing extremely well. He was a hot topic during the offseason. Lots of teams are trying to pick him up for their rosters, and we'll see if he's able to show up against some of the strongest competition we have in this league, and that's Team Envyus. As we start this one off, Strongholds on the rig. We are taking a look at Pistola here from Team Envyus. Envyus needs to go 3-0 to maintain their perfect win record here right now. We'll see if they'll be able to do that.
You can see Mikwin grabs the camo, but APG going to force the burn on that one right around that 49-second mark. You do have both Strongholds being captured on the respective sides. Great shots coming in from both players. APG taking Pistola down to no shields, but Pistola going to be able to get the kill. Rain now the last guy alive. He's sitting over there on the side of the bat ledge, just laying down shots on a Pistola. Pistola doing the smart thing, backing down, waiting for his shields. It looks like a double capture on over towards the nest area. Luminosity going on towards the overpass, another player pushing on over towards the Nest bridge. You did have Basement traded over for Nest, so that's going to be advantage on over to Envy, but the big battle going on over towards that Nest area. LG, they're in perfect position to push on over here, but they're going to have to kill the players that are eventually shooting them from both sides. Carbine and another player coming in from Whitehall. Nice pinch from Envy.
Yeah, and Envy had that railgun snipe down put into use pretty well. Saiyan picked that up and had scatter shot, but he gets taken out as well. And already 1 minute into the game, we're seeing a brief triple cap. Envy does have to give up Basement, so good job by Luminosity recognizing where everyone is coming off of spawns. But are they going to be able to pick up enough kills here to prevent this aggression and potentially capture another flag cap? Or excuse me, another stronghold, not a flag cap there, but a fresh 3 dead for Team Envyus, and this is the opportunity for Luminosity.
Yeah, and double Spartan abilities coming in onto Snipe Down right there. Ground pound from the front, Spartan charge from the back, and now you have the ideal, not the ideal setup, but the ideal positioning here to potentially push for this triple cap. You want to try to get these guys out of Carbine as fast as possible, and that's not happening right there because Hook locks down APG with the scatter shot, and now you're going to have split spawns coming in from behind. So this is not a good position. They were not able to clear the players out from Envy fast enough, and now it's going to be advantage on over to Envy here shortly.
Yeah, great job by Pistola and Snipe Down working together to pick up the kill onto APG. They do take him out Engine 2, and now the rest of the Luminosity coming off spawn here towards Bunker as well. Envy's trying to check back Carbine to see if anyone is there, but no, not quite yet. They just were waiting for the respawns to finish there, and just as we say, that score is almost tied up, but Midquin grabs himself a double kill with that railgun, and that's going to shut down this push from Luminosity. And we might even see Yard and another triple cap here back over to Envy.
Yeah, one of the things that Envy did miss, even though they're playing this very well, was APG grabbing the camo. And APG actually made his way over towards the Nest. So we may see an engagement over here from Pistola, but he is distracted from the basement. I don't even know if they realize the Nest is currently being captured. There it is. Double capture going in. APG shows himself with the camo. Last 2 players alive right there. The collapse coming in from Envy. Great grenade from Pistola. Forces the APG up a little bit. Now spawns are going to be coming on over towards the bunker, so Pistola got to be aware of that, and he wasn't fast enough. Gets picked off immediately.
Yeah, Rain does a great job here working with Luminosity. Picks up the kill onto Pistola. That railgun was down. Midquin's able to grab it. We saw in the kill feed earlier, he had a quick little double kill. Picks that weapon up, starts putting it to use once again, and now still control in favor, besides the stronghold here, but overall map control in favor of Team Envyus as long as Snipe Down's able to secure this Nest.
Took them a really long time to take out APG, though. Keep in mind, APG was the last guy alive over towards that Nest area, and again, he was the guy that grabbed the camo, so utilizing his camo all the way up until his demise, and now you are going to see Nest and Basement go over. It took a little bit longer than expected if you're Envy. An extra maybe 10, 15 points put on the board there. If you are LG, you're going to take that. Now you're going to try to regain map control and get some slays on your side. Taking a look at the kills right now, heavily in the favor of Envy, a lot of that having to do with Hook. Sitting at 9 kills. The next highest on his team, Snipe Down, sitting at 7. So these guys carrying the majority of the load in terms of the slaying here, but still a pretty respectable scoreline for LG, considering, again, how heavy of an underdog they are in this series.
Yeah, and we see Snipe Down here and Envy focusing on getting basement control. This is generally the stronghold we see held in highest regard as far as control. A lot of that comes down to the spawning on the map and the fact that you can come off spawn over there towards the Carbine. Now we see Snipe Down and crew trying to push up, get some aggression going down, put some good damage down here on these players, trying to get the railgun out of Rain's hands. But just as we say that, Pistola falls off of the map. That's 2 dead for each team. Now his railgun over to Rain, so he picks up yet another kill with that weapon. And we'll see he still has some ammo left and trying to recognize where everyone's spawning, but he gets taken out. So Basement back over to Luminosity, so they're doing a good job of trying to stay in this one, but Envy still maintaining the lead and control.
Yeah, so you have Basement right now in control of LG. Meanwhile, Nest and BR base currently under control for Envy. Not going to last long, though, because you do have the double cap coming in for LG over towards the Nest. Now they can hold this ideal setup. If they can get over to a white corner with this scatter shot, that's going to be huge. That's exactly where Saiyan's mindset is. Looping right back around towards Whitehall, but Snipe Down shutting him down. Curious to see if Snipe Down's going to eventually go for the scatter shot railgun combo, but instead just the pistol beatdown, getting the double kill, and now eventually maybe looking for some more weapons over here. Not sure if he's out of railgun. He is, so this is the perfect situation to be in. Only one more shot, though, puts it to good use right there onto APG. All the players over towards top tower, making their way over towards barrels. Snipe Down has a huge flank over here. One player is going to drop. 2 players inside the basement. Going to have to get some help coming in from the basement window. That's exactly what happens. Hook flies in, there is the reset. Great teamwork from Envy.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaking loss of a capture there for Luminosity. They had two players. They tried to recognize where Snipedown was over towards Engine, but he does a perfect rotation, comes in behind Luminosity and collapses with Hook and Pistola to keep that in their control. And you can see the points on the board, almost doubling their score here momentarily as soon as they hit this 78-point mark. And this is looking a little scary for Luminosity.
I'd just like to point out that Snipedown shot all 4 members of LG right there. I don't know if he picked up any kills, maybe 1 kill on his way, but literally shot all 4 players. It started with Sane making his way over towards the top tower, 3 more people located over towards the engine. Typically you think of Snipedown as the guy that's going in with the big flanks. We've already seen the big flanks going on over towards the barrel side, which resulted in that heartbreaking reset on over towards the basement. But that time, he was getting aggressive, distracting for his teammates, laying down cover fire, almost like a support player.
Ooh, and this is a scary moment here. Mikwin's able to escape with this railgun and camo. He's looking to put the lights out for Luminosity. Doesn't pull the trigger on that shot, but with 3 dead here, he's just going to help double cap BR base. And that's going to be points once again going on the board. So right as Luminosity hits that 50-point mark, it is controlled back over here to Envy. And I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this.
50-35 right now. The Slay's currently in favor of Envy. You can see that score in the bottom right. That's resulting in the amount of control that they've currently had. But that's a pretty big kill. Starting it out right there, trying to get some numbers. Sane also has that scatter shot. That could have resulted in something, but instead, he gets pretty much triple teamed on over towards that basement side. Nothing showing over there. So now the rotation coming on over towards the nest side here for Envy. Perfect positioning here going on over towards the overpass. I also like this rotation from LG though, pushing on over towards the barrel side, but it's Pistola with the scatter shot over there. And that's what I like to see from both of these teams pretty much. LG doing the right decision to push, but yet Envy doing the right thing by keeping their power weapon guy as the only guy to defend. So putting a scatter shot guy in a close quarter scenario right there is perfect for Envy. And now it's only 1 more spawn cycle for LG. Otherwise, this game's going to be over.
Yeah, Hook does a great job evading grenades there. 93 points and counting, looking to close this one out and take the game #1 victory. Luminosity, they've got one last hope, and that's pushing over here to try to control Nest. There's a lot of side shots and angles coming in. They do grab a kill. Trippy's helping his team capture that. Sure enough, they will buy some additional time here.
That's right, buy some time, but how much time are they gonna buy? Envy has been stingy so far, not selling any strongholds to LG at all. Let's see if they can get over here and try to get something going. 98-60, they cannot allow to get 1 stronghold on over towards Envy, or 2 strongholds technically speaking, on over to Envy. Otherwise, that's gonna be game over. So Snipedown getting inside a pretty powerful position here. He's gonna back down because he's no shields. I wonder if they're gonna slow the comms down here and just focus on getting 1 area. If you're able to get a triple cap here in your LG, you have the weapons. You may have camouflage as well. Could turn this around. I mean, this could be phenomenal for LG to start. Could be an amazing comeback, but they're going to have to play perfect here for the next 1.5 or 2 minutes.
Ooh, Rain needs to stay alive here. Does a great job distracting. Hook does get the kill cleaned up here from Trippy. And now, as long as they can keep a numbers advantage over Team Envy, this is exactly what they need to do. They're not down by that much anymore. Right as I say that, it's a 3v3 situation. They're from Luminosity. Oh, pushing for the basement. That's going to be a little scary. Now, Sane's going to get caught out. This is the chance for Envyus to push out and be aggressive, regain some control here. They're focusing on Nest. Great grenades and team shot come in. Luminosity, they have to get this player. That's Pistola in the hill. They need to kill Ola and Snipedown here. If they have any chance, can they get the contest? No, they cannot. Nobody's focusing. BR base is being captured, but is it going to be quickly enough? No, it is not. And that's a game #1. After an amazing comeback and great setups here from Luminosity, they just got a little bit over-aggressive trying to focus on that triple cap, and that's exactly where things went wrong for them. You need to be able to, or going for a triple cap against a team like Team Envyus, you can't have any mistakes. And once that first player died bottom mid, or in the basement there, Saiyan starts taking some damage. He's got to run away. It's a 4v2 situation then at that point, and that full aggression and charge comes in. They get control of Nest, and Luminosity is just scrambling to try to keep them out towards the very end, and not going to work out in their favor.
You see how badly they got outslayed, and to only lose by 14 points, it's a good sign for them. Envy's going to have to tighten up a little bit. The end of that game got a little bit too scary for them. They were up, I believe, 98-60 or so, and then 26 unanswered points. Could have been a little bit more there. Like you said, just a little bit too aggressive going for that triple cap. Probably should have kept their shields just a little bit longer, but still, they're doing what they did against Optic if you're LG. They kept it very, very close, all winnable games, just not able to pull it out in the end. Again, new team, Growing Pains trying to figure some things out that Envy probably figured out a long time ago as a team. That was one of those resets right there that was fairly big. But again, to get outslayed by that bad and still remain within striking distance, that's good for LG. Obviously, you can't let that happen in Slayer when kills matter, even more. But I think that they have some good signs, good positive things that they can take away from that game.
Yeah, only losing by 14 points when you lost as far as overall power weapon kills go. It was 15-6 in favor of Envy there. So 15-6 as far as overall power weapon kills and only losing by 14 points, having a phenomenal comeback towards the end of the game and really only falling short. I mean, the end of that game definitely could have worked out differently had Trippy been able to stay alive in Nest contested for a moment. But Envy, they just did such a good job at baiting and switching and avoiding team damage. And all those grenades, they didn't hit both Envy players. They did a great job staying out of the hill and taking back over control once those grenades had exploded. And sure enough, just regained that control, and Luminosity going for the triple cap, overextended just a hair and fell short.
Yeah, like we said, they have to play perfect Halo individually and as a team, and we saw maybe one or two individual mistakes. Rain maybe could have kept his shields a little bit over towards the barrel side instead of challenging Mick when he did get lit up a little bit faster and maybe thought his shields were recharging a little bit faster than they did. And obviously Trippy as well, and then maybe a little bit of miscommunication to allow these guys to get into Nest and not getting that reset towards the very end. But now we're starting this one off. Truth Slayer, Pistola point of view, makes his way on over towards the camo. A couple grenades flying down there. APG working with Saiyan, trying to stop him from getting this one. It's going to be Saiyan grabbing it, but is it going to be burnt? 47 looks like the time. Escaped out of there. Looks like he stayed alive. No, Saiyan going to drop to Hook, I believe. 2-2 to start this one up.
Oh yeah, Hook does pick up that kill on the camo player. It's a 2v2 situation. 1 kill lead here for Team Envyus. Great teamwork coming in. APG picks up a perfect. Hook finishes off that kill, maintaining this lead. And will they recognize everyone is coming off of spawn here for Luminosity over towards Red Carbine side? Looks like they will have that information here. Now APG, fantastic shots, picks up Hook across the map.
Great shots there from APG, looking to bounce back from game number 1 and doing so in style so far. I love that aggressive play, though, either way from both of these players. Hook, he didn't hesitate at all. Maybe he could have rotated over towards the car side, but him going top center just as a more direct angle towards where the players were. I don't think he was expecting it to drop so fast, but again, APG, known for having a really good shot, known for playing fairly aggressive, and when he gets ahead in the battle, he's always going to take advantage of that. So here, we have multiple players trapped inside pink. That is not good for LG. Envy going to take full control here, and now starting to rotate the spawns. This could get ugly, Kyle.
This game has already been within 1 kill twice after big openings here from Envy, and just as that happens, and Snipedown drops down into P2. I don't even think he knew there were 2 players in there. Definitely knew at least 1, but neither one of them able to pick up the kill onto Snipedown, and all of a sudden 13-7, almost doubling their score here momentarily. Getting the call out to there's a player over here towards pink side. Snipedown is looking for that one. Will jump up and be able to take out that kill. Great melee. Pistola cleans that one up. Make that a double kill for Pistola as he stays alive with no shields and escapes the bottom car.
Yeah, and keep in mind that the camo is coming up right around that 47-second mark, and they have ping control right now. Not being aware and paying attention of the spawns is Snipedown. Pistola picking up a kill. But now we're going to see the rotation on over towards the pink side. Hook, he's paying attention. He's over there helping from top center. You have another player towards P3. Snipedown coming off the spawn and picking up a kill as well. So that's going to be APG picking up the camo. LG had the time on that previously, but that's another one burnt for them. Envy's going to take that any day of the week as long as they're not allowing these guys to come back. That's going to be good for them, and they've had pink control a majority of this game. So if LG wants to get into it, it's going to start with a kill over here onto Snipedown. Trippy doing that, needs to wait for his shields before more teammates push from under the base, but you can assume that Envy's going to continue to add pressure.
Yeah, you can see Mikwin is taking no shields, has to back down into P2, but he's just waiting for help. The charge here from Luminosity is coming. Trippy decides to sit back and allow Rain to go in there by himself, but that's not going to work out as 2 members of Envy are playing defense.
That's one of those frustrating deaths right there. If you're Rain, you're expecting maybe a little bit more support. You know you got to push into pink. You also, if you elect to sit inside your base, you're going to get picked apart by these guys from Envy. We know that they're going to get aggressive and eventually collapse on that, and they're very clean at doing so. So Trippy maybe a little bit too passive right there and leaving Rain out to dry. Now Sand going to try to push outside of blue, but Envy, they're in a great position over here. Nice grenade right there onto Hook. Another nice pre-grenade onto Snipe Down, so that's going to back down both of these players. Let's see what Migwin and Ola do on the rest of the map. So much aggression flying in is Hook with the beatdown, and also some nice shots onto Trippy. Snipe Down getting the Top Gun medal. Kyle, I don't know if they should have got away with that.
Oh my, yeah, I don't think you should have got away with that. And then he walks around the corner and picks up a kill onto APG while being no shields. Just amazing play from Envy. They are recognizing blood in the water here. What was 4-3 and then 8-7 is now 29-17. So many unanswered kills.
Yeah, and Snipe Down is having himself a game 12-4 already, Kyle. We're 4 minutes in this game. This guy's averaging 3 kills a minute. That's a pretty good stat line for him, especially in a Slayer game. We're right at past that halfway point with the camouflage coming up here soon. Finally, control going on over to LG. APG sitting pretty top center. Would have loved to see him sit up there just a little bit longer. He's going to drop down right there and give up his positioning to get that kill onto Snipe Down. Camouflage is up, saying he grabbed the first one of the game. APG grabbed the second. They're working together to grab the third, and they get out cleanly here, so this could be their run.
Great shots from APG, connects on at least 3 of those on the Snipe Down, but there is help here from Envy over towards peak side of the map. I believe that was Migwin here is holding down P3. The rest of Envy has decided to move over towards Carbine side of the map. There's a lot of people here from Luminosity, but just as I say that, 3 get taken down. The collapse from Migwin comes in, and wow, what great teamwork here from Envy. This is an improved Envy squad, much better than what we saw from them in Atlanta.
They had all 4 dead, all popping up in the bubble. They're going to just be shooting fish in a barrel here. And it's so surprising too, Kyle, because when you go back and you look at this, Saiyan had the camouflage. Why did they send 3 guys out over towards the car side? I'll never know, but you typically want to try to get some more control with that camo instead. They left their last guy out alive to hang, and that's difficult here because that was their opportunity to get back into it. You're not going to get many opportunities against one of these top-tier teams. Heck, all of these teams in the Pro League extremely talented, but when you're going up against a beast like Envy, and Envy, like you said, Kyle, that is much improved from Atlanta, you have to take advantage of these situations. LG didn't do that. You can almost stick a fork in them here in game number 2.
Yeah, this is a scary moment to be in, just recognizing how much you are down, how close Envy is to ending this game and taking a 2-0 lead in the series. No matter what you do, you just cannot come ahead in these battles, especially when there's multiple players involved. Envy is on par with just almost nobody else is on par with them right now with their bait and switch action that we've seen. And Tom, talk to me about some of these stats.
Yeah, this is just a game here for LG. It's a matter of respect, and it's also a matter of letting Snipe Down, or not letting Snipe Down get 20 kills, because he's currently sitting at 19. Migwin, he's going to get the 50th, so Snipe Down doesn't get that 20 bomb like I'm sure he desperately wanted. But either way, what a statement game in game number 2. We were saying, hey, these guys looked really good in game number 1, but they didn't play the objective that well. Well, True Slayer, you don't have to worry about running that flag. You don't have to worry about strongholds because there isn't Truth strongholds either. So now you can just focus on what you're great at, and these guys are great Slayers, especially Snipe Down. 19-7 overall as we take a look at these stats. 6 minutes and 30 seconds long. 2-0 here to start. I mean, it's very difficult for LG to come back from them. We said it was going to be an uphill battle. Now it's even more so. Not sure what they can do here. I mean, that was just an all-out bloodbath in the favor of Envy. You saw, again, one opportunity. That's all they had for LG. They were down 8 or 9 kills. They had positioning on the map. They had camo, and they went all 4 dead, then spawned up inside of the red bubble. All 4 of them in the bubble. There is nothing that you could do if you're going against a top-tier team and you're all spawning in that area.
I mean, off the beginning of that game, Pistol hit a killing spree and then grabbed yet another kill. So of the first 17 kills, he had 6 of them to open that one up. So just doing an amazing job controlling Carbine side, baiting and switching. He had a lot of help being shot off across the map there from his team, and they were being a huge distraction for him. And I think multiple times we saw that happen. Envyus in the lead here, 2-0 with a game 3 of Capture the Flag on Coliseum. Game 1, extremely close strongholds, 100, I believe, to 84, 86. Oh yeah, it's on your board as 86 there. And then game 2, kind of a blowout there.
Very much a blowout.
They had an opportunity to get back into it, but you cannot have those mistakes. And when Envy is playing like this, it's a question if anybody can beat them.
Yeah, and it's weird because you watch it from the LG point of view and you see some great shots. We saw those amazing shots that APG had onto Hook. But then, you know, we can't stay on all 8 points of view at the same time. We have to stick with one. And a lot of times you stick with Envy and you watch them and it's like, what do you do if you're LG right there? It's really difficult. It's very difficult once you give up control to a team. Once you start falling behind, you don't have much to get back into it unless it's a camo or anything like that. And then you botch your one big opportunity. Again, sometimes you're only going to get one opportunity a game. Heck, you may even get one opportunity in a series, but you have to play that mental game. You have to impose your will and gain confidence for your team and your teammates. That is not the start that you want if you're Rain, immediately flying on over towards that sniper rifle and just getting lit up by who can snipe them.
Yeah, I mean, once he hit the sniper side of the map, he got about halfway to that before he just got dropped, and that's going to allow now Sniper and Rockets to go over in favor of Envy. Pistola with the Rockets, Snipe Down already connecting on at least one headshot, almost two, takes Trippy, no shields, forces him back.
You know what, Kyle? I'm having flashbacks of last week. I know that this game just started, but this reminded me, game number 3, Snipe Down and crew. Snipe Down gave up the only kill to Ryan. Remember that.
Oh,
they came out with a 2-0 series against Naventic and just laid it on him in CTF Coliseum, not even allowing Naventic to breathe. Ryan barely squeaking out a kill. In the very last second of that game, Snipe Down through his teammate's legs right onto Trippy's head.
That was an incredible shot. 9 times out of 10, we'd probably see that as betrayal, but not from Snipe Down. Pinpoint
he's no scope this guy in the
accuracy.
face for sure.
Yeah, he's
always getting
injured.
injured. Okay. Yeah. Hey, no,
not in the face.
I mean,
not in the face, Tom. You were wrong.
Sorry, I was completely wrong.
You were. That was back of the head.
I should have
Oh,
clarified.
my.
I should have clarified.
Jeez, Snipe Down just not afraid, not backing down from anybody, but only Snipe Down. Only Snipe Down will have somebody jumping around over his head and not look at him.
Yeah, exactly. You're right when, you know, I get ninja'd or anybody else 9 times out of 10 getting assassinated in that situation, he's going to allow that player to run by him and then no scope in the back of the head. Somehow. And then pick off kills off of his spawn, finding a battle rifle as well. He's got 7 kills. Mikwin, he's goosing right now. Him and Rain currently sitting at 0. So we'll see who's going to be the first person to get that breadstick on the board. But there it is. It's going to be Mikwin. But just what a game to start here for Snipe Down. Haven't resulted any caps, but you can see these guys are playing on their back foot. They are scared right now on the side of LG, constantly on spawn. Mikwin, he's just locking down this cave area. He knows everybody's going to be spawning up over towards the elbow, but if his teammates are adding elbow pressure and watching that, there's no reason for him to be looking over there. So he's just watching this other side. Can he live through this? That would be crazy.
That was already crazy, even with nobody or everybody living through that. Just 2 thrusts after a melee. Rain going for a back smack, not able to connect there, but he's got some help from APG. They will finish that off. Hook has Rockets and Snipe Down has Rockets. I'm assuming Hook's out of these, as you can see him walk up and just back smack Stain. Immediately going for a flag pull, decides, I'm going to take this elbow. I've got some cover here. His teammates are over towards Sniper side of the map. As Pistola gets taken out, this is a numbers advantage for Luminosity. They need to make sure they can at least get this one returned. Nobody in position to grab it. Snipe Down's got Rockets. Hook with a crucial misplay, but that's 3 dead for Luminosity. Mikwin and friends are just going to be able to walk back and put that one in easily. Rain not even being able to pick up that kill as both Mikwin and Snipe Down immediately turn, focusing their attention on him, and now ultimately going to clean up the kill.
One more cap here and this series is over, and I think we're getting the answer to our question. How good is Envy? They are really darn good. They are adding so much pressure right now on the map. Truth Slayer was dominant. Coliseum CTF just as dominant, if not more impressive. LG, they need to get something on here. They need to make this somewhat respectable, elongate this series as much as possible, try to get this into a game number 4, but unless Saiyin's able to do something miraculous with this sniper rifle, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, if he starts hitting shots like Destroyed, I still don't think it's going to be enough to take down this Envy squad here. We'll see, and unfortunately for him, he's not been able to connect on these shots. Envyus is just too quick, too fast with his teamwork and map movement here, getting collapsed on in the elbow, only being able to connect with a melee there, and ultimately just turns that weapon over immediately.
Yeah, you could see how unconfident he's playing. Meanwhile, Mikwin just running in there, getting no-scope double kills inside of the base. As soon as we're able to find him, there he is. He's on the cave area, just staying alive as long as possible. Only 1 shot left in the chamber. Another one to reload, so he's going to elect to reload, get those 2 shots off. Can he connect onto Saiyan? Does so. Just see how confident he is, Kyle. We see Saiyan over there turtling inside the cave, looking for players, not pulling the trigger. Meanwhile, Mikwin 100% confident, and that's just what happens when you get demoralized, when you're just constantly on spawn. You can't get your footing. You just know that that other team is eventually going to come and take you down, and that's what we're seeing right there. Saiyan was just so passive with that sniper rifle, and rightfully so. I mean, Envy, they are adding so much map pressure together. You don't have room to breathe. Everywhere that you look, you're getting double teamed.
Yeah, I mean, just compare the 2 sniper plays there. I think Saiyan had it for what? How long? 30 to 45 seconds? I don't even know if he got any kills with it. Mikwin picks it up for 10 seconds and kills 3 people.
Exactly, and that was, you know, pretty difficult kills because everyone knew that he was coming in from the cave. We do have a tweet coming in, Kyle. What do we got?
Go Envy, favorite squad here, best in the world. I'd argue that in the past, but I don't know if I have any good bases to stand on now with how well these guys have been playing. They might very well be the best we have in Pro League now.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the way that Envy was playing, immediately against that Team Liquid squad in game, or in the first day, I was, all right, ready for Optic Gaming versus Envy. Let's get it going right now. Let's see how these guys stack up against each other and figure out who the best team is, because both of these squads, they've had such a long rivalry. Envy, they've kind of slowed down a little bit. Optic Gaming, they've always stayed at that high level, but I think we're seeing Envy not only back to where they were, Kyle, I think you're right, they could be better than they were before.
And that's tomorrow when we'll see Envy and Optic match off against each other here. So that's going to be an exciting one. So make sure you stay and watch that determine who is our #1 seeded team in Pro League.
All right, so interesting flag standoff here. This could be what LG needs to get back into it, because we know how often the flag returns result in a double cap, 2-shot beatdown, 3-shot beatdown coming in for Trippy. There is the flag return. Was Trippy able to get the rockets too? He was. So big play coming out from Joey. That's what you needed. You needed someone to step it up and go clutch. Give your teammates confidence. Give your teammates some momentum and start firing as a squad.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot of aggression here still coming out from Luminosity. It's a 3v3 situation, but too much teamwork here coming out from Envy. They pick off 3 members, including Rain, who had that sniper rifle. Might very well see that changing hands if Envy's able to locate the weapon. Pistola doing a great job playing some defense, just checking for any kind of sneakers here. Catches Rain off spawn.
And that was actually another misplay from Envy that allowed Trippy to go and get that return. I thought it was really interesting for them to get the rockets, leave the flag on the elbow, and then have the rocket guy defend the flag. A lot of times you want to see that rocket guy, or 9 times out of 10, pushing up, being aggressive, and kind of facilitating where that flag return's coming from. Instead, we saw him turtling inside the base. Trippy comes in, kind of a desperation play, catches them off guard, and that results in the first flag cap of the game for LG. But as that happens, that's going to be all 4 dead on staggered timers. Not all 4 dead at the same time, but they did drop individually, and now everybody comes up off spawn inside the base. Envy in perfect position to pick these guys off with the control they have.
Yeah, Mikwin is putting out so much damage. He picked up 3 kills on his way over here to Snipe Tower and grabbing this control here. He's got that battle rifle. He's able to put down so much damage. He's got help from both sides. Ola gets taken out there, so Mikwin and Hook are stuck trying to work together, see if they can finish off any of these kills. Not going to work out this time around. Mikwin challenges, picks up a trade 1000%. He should have been taken out. Saiyan had to have been missing some shots there. He had the advantage, but what we're seeing in this series is Envyus is winning all of the individual battles.
Yeah, but this is good. LG got out of their base very cleanly. I'm fairly impressed with the amount of pressure that Envy's been constantly just putting on these guys for them to get into their cave, push another guy up the snipe ramp, not die to the guys coming from the elbow and underneath their base. Yeah, maybe the guy from the elbow shouldn't have pushed up, could have stayed top rockets, could have been another mistake coming in from Envy in terms of pushing in and trying to execute that capture, but you're staying alive. This is exactly what you need for LG. Just keep playing and elongate the series as long as possible. You just don't want this thing to end, because obviously you're down 2-0. If it ends, you're the team that lost. So they just got to keep pushing, keep grinding it out, and just keep trying to take advantage of any opportunities that Envy gives to them.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not confident in taking the series, you got to think you can at least take 1 or 2 games. And with how important the match win percentage is and has been over the course of the last few seasons, they need to pick up a win here.
They do, and they're in good position to do that right now. They pick up a couple kills, 3 dead, snipe down the last guy alive. Can they fly another guy in? He does spot him out running towards the back of the base, so it's big to get this kill, and APG does so. They don't even die throughout that entire process. Trippy has the rockets. He's the priority target right now if Envy can find him. I would love to see Trippy get onto that flag stand with the rockets, but the flag does get ran. Rain picks up a big double kill. That player jumped up and clambered into the window. Not sure if they spotted that out. That rocket doesn't connect either, so Trippy needs to get back and help escort this flag guy. That should be an easy flag cap.
Yeah, hopefully they can put this one in because there is a lot of rockets and a lot of headshots here coming out from Luminosity. They're not able to put this one in. That is going to be heartbreaking because very rarely can you even rely on your sniper rifle player to pick up 3 kills during a flag run. So finally they do or are able to put that flag capture in. Trippy is out of rockets, just gets melted here by at least 2 members, maybe even 3 turn and shoot at him. Rain, however, still picking up some headshots with this weapon. He's leading the charge, trying to close out this game here for Luminosity.
Yeah, Rain just going off with the sniper rifle right now. He was a big reason why they were able to capture that. I mean, we saw Trippy. He was doing a good job anchoring for a little bit, but he whiffed on a couple of rockets, didn't really lay down much cover fire, kind of was a distraction. But he also helped control this middle of the map, which allows LG to continue to have this opportunity to possibly run this last flag. Rain has to land this, not able to. The 2-shot beatdown, 3-shot beatdown coming in for Hook. Now Pistola with the rockets, able to connect. That is the flag guy. The last guy alive right there is coming around the corner. Pistola taking his time, and the flag is being ran. Rain, the last guy alive, popping up on the elbow. That's going to be all she wrote pretty much. LG, it was a nice effort in the end, but Envy, they are just too strong. They end the series after that 3-2 Coliseum CTF, and they sweep LG 3-0.
Yeah, but no, that was a good performance from Luminosity. I am happy with how they were able to bounce back after being down 2-0 in the series, 2-0 in game number 3, and still able to tie that one up. So you can tell these guys are not going down without a fight. Fortunately, wasn't enough to take a W or win any of the individual games. But that is more, I think, a testament to Envy than it is to Luminosity falling short here. Because look at these stats here. Hook, even Hook having the only player on his team to go negative. 21 assists, just completely absurd there. The fact that he was able to influence so many and create so many 2v1 situations.
Yeah, props to Envy. They came through and did what we expected of them. Again, props to LG, like you said. I gotta say that Trippy and Rain really clutched it towards the end right there. Trippy with that flag return, Rain with the sniper rifle plays, and then Trippy again with the rockets helping execute. But you saw in the beginning, just so much domination coming in from Envy. They could have easily 3-0'd in that one, 3-0'd in the series, and just dusted off their hands and been done with it. But great resiliency, like you said, not giving up if you're Luminosity, fighting through the end. That's a good statement for them. They don't want to just fall so easily. It's also